Take that ridiculous thing off.
You need to adjust the chin straps. So yeah, we didn't go see Star Wars. We just saw Thor Ragnarok for like the, what, 4th time?
Oh yeah, time for that. You know, Thor Ragnarok vlog we never did.
Yep, I mean, let's say the new gives a crap about Star Wars. Yeah, I accidentally hit it on again.
See, you don't even know how to use your helmet. Go smash it against an elevator.
Yep.
Okay, so, Star Wars.
So spoilers already right out of the starting gate.
No one will know what that means. See, you just said it was a spoiler, now people are gonna think it's a spoiler. They didn't know what that meant. We ruined it. This vlog is ruined. Bye.
Okay, let's start the vlog over again.
Nope, it's ruined. Bye. No Star Wars for anyone.
Well, since we're in spoilers anyway, oh man, Supreme Leader Snoke was Jar Jar the whole time.
Holy shit.
Who would have thunk it?
I didn't think Jar Jar would ever show up again.
Rescue, the prequels, totally validated.
No, they're not. Fuck the prequels.
It all makes sense, sweetie. It is perfectly logical. And of course, the big twist, we gotta talk about the big twist ending in the revelation that Star Wars and the Marvel Cinematic Universe are now together.
No, they are not. Stop telling lies.
Star-Lord is Darth Vader.
This is not a vlog of lies.
And they just bought 20th Century Fox, so they're gonna incorporate the Fantastic Four into.
This is not a vlog of lies.
Star Wars.
Squirtle, go. So yeah, Star Wars. Da, da.
So how about the Chipmunks 5?
So let's real talk. Star Wars.
Yeah, real talk. Last Jedi was freaking amazing.
Oh my god, I felt so emotionally drained in a good way after seeing this.
There's so much to unpack with this film.
Man.
In terms of like spoiler-free stuff right away.
I like how it had an A plot and a B plot.
It's almost 3 plots, I think, going on.
Actually, yeah, C plot.
There are 3 plots going on. This is, of course, the Empire of the new trilogy. If we go, of course, by the George Lucas, you know, it rhymes, you know, it's like poetry. Then this is definitely probably going to be the darkest chapter of all of the new trilogy. Just as Empire was the darkest chapter of old trilogy, and theoretically, Attack of the Clones was the darkest chapter. Theoretically. Theoretically.
Well, it was the most boring. That's kind of dark.
Theoretically. Let's not bash on the prequels right now. Although they make some references, 1 or 2 to the prequels in this. Not like, you know, huge major ones. Basically just Luke specifically saying Darth Sidious took advantage of the complacency of the whatever of the Jedi Council, you know, the Jedi Order, and created the Empire.
Yeah.
It's like I like the, you know, much as I dislike the prequels, I do like these little nods to them because they are still officially Star Wars canon.
Yeah, they are. They are.
And you know, it's nice to have those nods, especially because there are people out there who are fans of the prequels.
And plus, you know what? We got a new trilogy, and the new trilogy is amazing, and this is a great chapter in it. Oh my god.
Oh god, yes. So
everyone learned something. Everyone.
How to describe this movie?
Okay, just shortly. Poe learns to shut up and listen to women. Finn learns that don't trust anyone with a Jersey accent. Rose learns that, holy crap, I gotta tase people to stay in line. And also I'm freaking awesome.
New character, Rose.
Yeah, and not just some pipe looker after or whatever she does. Let's see. Rey learns, well, some people just can't turn.
Some people can't be saved.
Luke also learns this. It also learns that sometimes a tree just needs to be set on fire. So, and he learned proper fire safety when setting trees on fire. Let's see. And, who else?
One minor complaint. They don't really establish the tree before things get set on fire.
Yeah, and...
They establish the books. They do not establish the tree.
And Chewie learned it's hard to eat food when the food looks at you.
Especially with huge-ass eyes going...
Also, third lesson, lift the rocks. There you go.
Very important lesson.
Spoiled it all.
Very important lesson, lift the rock. May the Porg be with you.
Go away. Go away. So, yeah, let's start from the beginning. What were you going to say?
Okay, if we get right down to it, what is the central theme of this movie, which in my opinion is you need to try not to recreate the past. You have to sometimes get rid of the past in order to build a better future. And I think that's very evident in both Rey and Kylo's storyline, to a degree with Poe's as well, because Poe very much is all in the movie it's summed up by Leia right away in her line. What?
No, I'm just looking at you.
Oh, it looked like you were wincing when I said.
No, I'm not wincing. I'm just kind of thinking about.
It's summed up by Leia's line at the beginning, which was "Stop! You need to stop trying to be a hero. We need a leader." And yeah, and that's the case, because Poe, all of his plans are desperate and crazy, and but of course, if you pull it off, they're super heroic and awesome, and it's like,
yes, but you can't always be awesome. In fact, and sometimes being awesome also causes the death of other heroes, of many other people. I mean, first, big battle scene, a bunch of people die in those little bombers or whatever.
Yep, I do like. I love Leia looking at the screen of X-wings and just seeing how many of them have been taken out, and clearly it's affecting her. And it's a recurring thing throughout. Like, how many people have we lost along the way, especially on Poe's crazy stunt that was not necessary. And sure, taking out the Dreadnought, it's a good thing. But at what cost? Especially when we're so screwed as it is right now.
And plus, they have more than one Dreadnought. They could just send a second Dreadnought. And what did they do?
They sent another Dreadnought. Although I'm sure there's some other Star Wars classification for Snoke's ship, but still,
they have more than one Dreadnought.
They've got to have more than one Dreadnought.
They probably have a fleet of Dreadnoughts.
First Order,
whatever. I don't care. If they got more than one Dreadnought, you bomb one, they can build another. Fucking First Order.
Yep.
But you killed a bunch of people who were good at their job. It's people we kind of need in a resistance. The thing is, you have to make plans that have the least amount of casualties. Preferably no casualties, but in a war, it's kind of unrealistic. But less than, let's say, 10?
You finished the job trying to go overboard like this, just ended up getting more people on your side killed.
Yes,
and the same thing was kind of happening with this plan. The plan probably the plan to escape the Star Destroyers near the end probably would have worked if not for Poe sending off Finn and Rose to go and try to get help to take out the Star Destroyer. It's a crazy, risky plan that has no guarantee of success.
Oh wait, 4 plots. Yeah, and they all converge nicely.
Yep, and yeah, it unfortunately and that is what screws them over, because then they bring in Codebreaker, who I looked it up on Wikipedia. His name is DJ apparently.
That is such a name for that guy.
Turns out that actor, he also played the Collector in Guardians of the Galaxy. If we're gonna connect this thing together,
he's just like he's like a space Andrew Dice Clay.
I'm trying to remember his actor's name. He's apparently a well-known actor. I've never really had heard of him before.
I forget. But yeah, Poe's story was mostly on the ship and trying to be the heroic guy, thinking he knows best for everybody, but not really letting people explain what they're doing, just kind of assuming, and then started a mutiny.
Yeah, he didn't.
Michael Burnham this stuff.
Yeah, she and the de facto leader, because Leia is knocked out for a small portion of the movie. I cannot remember the name of the actress who takes over the fleet for a bit. Purple-haired lady at the very least.
Purple-haired, hot, older lady.
Yeah. Basically, she says she doesn't have to share her plans with him. She is under no obligations to tell him what their plan is.
Plus, he got demoted.
Yeah. And he keeps, like, barging in, saying, like, we gotta do something. This is your plan, us just running away? And the truth is, no, it's not her plan. She has another plan. You just don't need to know it.
And plus, because, here's the thing. Yeah, it seems they're just kind of running away, just slightly in front of the First Order ship, and they're running low on fuel. And Poe walks in, and he sees that they're fueling up some of the, little escape ships. And the escape ships, they don't have guns or shields or anything like the big ship has. And he thinks, oh, your whole thing's just gonna run away? Blah, 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 blah. Mutiny. But really, it's because they had a rebel, like an old rebel base on a nearby planet that they were going to escape to, so you could save everyone, and the First Order would be distracted by the big ship, which they were still shooting at.
Plus, they had a cloaking field, apparently, which I'm just laughing. No ship that small has a cloaking device.
But, of course, that got messed up, so...
Yeah, it is Poe's fault that their plan got screwed up, and we lost even more people.
Yes.
That and that's why later on he's like, demanding, let's not be frickin' stupid about this again. I've learned my lesson. He has a great arc throughout this, and I'm glad he's been more of the movie than he was in Force Awakens.
Yeah, but Poe is pretty much directly and indirectly responsible for at least how many people died? At least 100 or so, maybe more deaths.
That's a bit of a whoopsie.
Yeah, Poe. Now you fucked up. You fucked up now. You killed a lot of people.
Which brings us, of course, to Finn's plotline, which is less of an arc, but more continuing on of his character from Force Awakens, where he has basically two character traits: run the hell away from the First Order, and try to help Rey, because he's all doughy-eyed for Rey. And,
when Rey's not there, and, he's like, oh, crap, well, I'm out of here.
I got the signal beacon. Leia has set up the signal beacon for Rey so that Rey can find them again after she brings Luke back. And Finn is like, well, crap, I don't want Rey to come back to this, because she's going to get herself killed.
And then comes Rose, who's like, oh wow, you're a hero. I'm a fangirling.
Yeah,
I've been defecting.
I've been tasering anybody who tries to escape.
She is awesome. Just that one sentence made me fall in love with her. Oh my god. Like Kelly Tron, the actress, she's amazing.
Sorry, go ahead.
I love everything about Rose. I think she's my new favorite new trilogy character.
I like how she's motivated by, we learn her backstory, like being part of like a mining colony or something like that, and the First Order stormed in and took everything and screwed everybody else over, and she and her sister joined up. Sister is killed at the beginning of the movie, completing the bombing run that destroys the Dreadnought, just barely, and so she's like, motivated, to help, try to avenge her sister and continue on, and basically being kind of the true face of the Resistance for Finn, to try to explain to him, you're mystified by this wondrous little gambling planet we found ourselves on, but the truth is, these people are all scumbags and terrible people. They're weapons dealers who sell to the First Order, they're criminals, it's shiny and pretty, but it's deceptive.
What's also really interesting is that DJ, he also mentioned the same thing, but he also mentioned who else do these arms dealers sell to?
Specifically this one arms dealer. I don't know, we don't know how many of them there are, but in this case they steal a ship, and the ship they sold arms to not only the First Order, but to the Resistance as well.
It's not a long shot to say that other arms dealers may have sold things to Resistance.
Yeah, because profit is profit.
Yeah, but it's just kind of showing that there is a gray side to the light and the dark side that's usually the two polar opposites in Star Wars. In fact, I think this movie really explores that gray area.
It shows that there is something else. I mean, of course, we're caught up in the in the great big deals of the First Order and the Resistance, the Rebellion and the Empire. It's always this big good versus evil battle. But for a lot of people, it's still life. Life has to go on.
Yeah, in fact, there's like this movie really put a microscope on who does this affect personally, who does this affect like economically, pretty much like just the society that is around the First Order and the Resistance. Like, what's between that? Basically, lives of daily people, like those kids that were pretty much slaves for that.
Yeah, stable boys for the alien horse lizard things.
Yes, kangaroo horses.
Kangaroo horses.
They look like kangaroo horses.
Who I wasn't certain if the kangaroo horses were sentient or not, or sapient or not.
Well, they're kind of like horses.
Yeah, because Finn says things like "We need more cover," and the kangaroo horse seems to respond to that and say gets them under cover.
Yeah, but you could also lead horses to places, like when you ride them.
Yeah, but again, it seemed to be responding to things he was actually saying, so I don't know how sapient a species this was.
It's a movie, honey.
I'm just saying.
It's a movie.
It seemed it was a thing I wasn't certain about. But anyway, yeah, we see life for people who are not directly involved in these events.
Yes, and how crappy it is. How people can profit off of it, how people suffer because of it. And Rose had a first-hand look at that, which is what brought her and her sister to the Resistance.
And kind of showed Finn this other side of it. Because the truth is, Finn doesn't actually care that much about the Resistance.
And Finn's whole life was kind of away from society, being a number in a machine, pretty much. Being a stormtrooper. A stormtrooper janitor at that. So haven't really seen the universe.
Yep.
So, and, yeah, so getting that look at it was amazing. And of course, their little adventure was so energetic and sometimes comedic and just amazing that it brought something from something you needed when you were looking at the more dramatic, sad story that Rey and Luke was going through.
The two of them get arrested on the casino planet by local authorities. I hadn't really thought about the fact that, yeah, local populations probably have their own police forces.
Yeah, no, but not everyone has stormtroopers.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny in that regard, because you don't think about that.
Yeah, you think about the Star Wars universe, but you don't, like, think about some of the other aspects of it.
They park their ship on a public beach, which is what gets them arrested.
And that's how they meet the...
They meet DJ, or the Master Codebreaker, as we keep calling him. Theoretically, they're supposed to be looking for a different Master Codebreaker. I thought it was going to be revealed that this was the Master Codebreaker, but, like, he lost the symbol medallion thing in, like, a bet or something.
Yeah, but they didn't go for the obvious.
Yep.
But, they did go for the
guy who...
cross.
Yeah, the guy... Well, the thing is, he only... Like he said when he was on Death Star, I was captured and they made a better deal. Yeah. So it looked like he was going to help them regardless. So actually, I find him fascinating, and I hope he comes back for the third movie.
I don't like them, but I figured that, he has a bunch of money and a ship because he gave him info, and now he's out.
He had funny eccentricities that I liked. Kind of this weird mumbly style of speech, and kind of almost Porky Piggish.
No, nothing like Porky Pig.
Kind of
Porky Pig's a pleasant round fellow.
The speech impediment.
No, he sounded like one of those. He sounded like Andrew Dice Clay. I'm telling you, man. The comedian from the '80s that smokes and is misogynist as hell.
It's the way.
That's not how he spoke at all. He doesn't speak like Jeff Goldblum. What?
That is a different way of speaking.
You got it all wrong, Lewis.
I was in the same movie theater as you.
Yes, but I pay attention.
I was paying attention.
I pay better attention.
But in any event, I liked the guy. I found him interesting. I liked that Finn is very much the type. He's trying to be noble. Rose has this kind of a yin yang pendant type of thing that she shared with her sister, because we see the sister had one half of it too,
Yep.
and it's has sentimental value to her. As a result of that, DJ says, "As I'm, what am I getting out of this?" And it's like, "I want your pendant." And Finn is all like, "No, you can't have that. It's important." And she just hands it over because this is more important than that.
And it turned out he needed it for
breaking in, because he is like, "It's a good conductor. Here, take it back."
And so you think, oh, okay, this guy's got to be cool, and nope.
Kind of a scoundrel. I like that.
Yeah.
It also plays with it's part of the last theme we're going to get to in a second here for Rey and Luke. That idea of we got to break our expectations for these kind of things, because we might have seen him as kind of a Han Solo scoundrel type with a heart of gold, who would be joining them on adventures and be part of the good guys and stuff like that. The truth is, no, he's just an asshole.
Yeah. And expectations. That is a big into Luke. Can we talk?
Yeah, let's talk Rey and Luke, because that is the big overarching theme of this movie.
And we get Kylo's origin story as a part of this.
I love the first thing Luke does. Rey hands him the lightsaber. Big dramatic music.
Oh god, the whole audience just lost it. Oh, that was great.
He didn't give one crap about his old lightsaber. I love it. I love it.
You just had me there. Like, I like this Luke. Like, I always liked Luke, but holy crap, crotchety old
bitter, given up on everything Luke.
And knowing the backstory of what happened since the end of the
Return of the
Jedi and now, yeah, I think a lot of people would be in the same boat.
Yeah. He tried to train a new generation of Jedi. Ben Solo was part of that. Luke could sense a darkness growing inside of him, and he thought that he could train him and get it out of him. But then one night he just really dug deep and looked at that darkness and was like, "Oh crap, this is deep. He's already turned. There's nothing I can do about that." And in a moment of weakness, he pulls out his lightsaber over the sleeping Ben, as if he, instinctively ready to strike him down. And a second later, he stops himself. But to Kylo Ren, to Ben Solo, who wakes up and sees his teacher holding a lightsaber over him, of course he thinks he was about to attack. He was going to kill him.
Yeah, and in retribution, burned down the temple and killed a bunch of other Jedi.
Yep.
In training.
We talked about this in the car. We're not entirely certain, because we're pretty sure he said that Kylo took 6 Jedi with him when he left.
Yes, but who are they? And are they going to show up? Are they going to be different stories?
Are they all dead?
Are they already dead?
Are they going to be the focus of the new Rian? Is Rian Johnson, I think is his name?
Yeah. Are they already doing stuff in the First Order?
They be focused on the Rian Johnson new trilogy. I'm very curious about this. It's kind of an unexplored part of this, because we know the broad generalization that he was training a new generation of Jedi, but we don't know what that entailed. Who were these other kids?
Yep. And we also, he eventually gives in to Rey following him around and demanding, like, him to come with her and stuff like that. He finally agrees to train her.
I love Chewbacca. His very minor subplot in this movie, because Rey's like pounding on the door trying to get Luke to come out. Luke ignores her for the most part. Then at one point, bam, door just like flies in. And at first you think that maybe Rey just used the Force to knock it out of the way. No, it's Chewbacca who's like roaring. You could just tell like get your ass out here, asshole.
Where's Han? And, yeah. God damn. Yeah.
But it's okay, because Chewie made some friends.
Porgs.
May the Porg be with you.
That's when the Porgs came in. It's hard to eat food while you're looking at your food.
Yeah, he's clearly got like a cooked Porg on a stick. And then like all the other Porgs just kind of looking up at him with like giant eyes. He roars them away, and each time he keeps looking at the things like, ah.
And then he ends up like having
the Porgs like nest on his ship.
So the Millennium Falcon now has a family of Porgs on it. But yeah, that was funny, and it kind of needed some levity again in this big dramatic story. But it had a little bit of like just comedy in itself. It's like, reach out. I'm reaching. Do you feel it? Yes, Yes, I feel it. And then, ow.
Oh, you meant reach out with yeah. What do you know about the Force and the Jedi? The Force is this power that Jedi possess that allows them to move objects and control people's minds and all that. And yeah. Wow. Nothing about what you said was correct.
Oh, God. Well, yeah, that's like if you asked a little kid what the Force was, they would say something like that.
And of course, Luke, goes into the Yoda spiel about what the Force is, how it's part of everything, and we learn that the reason why no one could frickin' find Luke, one of the reasons why anyway, is that he has cut himself off from the Force. And it's clear. There's a very clear reason why. He explains he came here to die.
Yeah,
because.
And a Jedi with him.
And he said Rey when Rey finally convinces him to work with him. To train her. He says that he will tell her, give her 3 lessons. Now, it's possible I just missed the dialogue when it's said, but I'm pretty sure he only gives 2 lessons. And it's possible that he may give the 3rd one in the 3rd movie.
I think that the 3rd lesson was lifting rocks. Because what did Luke have to do? Lift some rocks. And she literally saw these rocks. She's like, lifting rocks. And boom. Lift the rocks, save the day. Lifting rocks is important.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, do you even lift? But yeah, and while she's on this island, she keeps getting like mind Skype calls from Kylo. Yeah,
somehow it looks like the Force is somehow connecting them. Rey, in her mind, thinks senses the conflict that Kylo has, because at one point Kylo actually does attack the ship, that the fleeing Resistance ship, and aims his guns at the bridge that would kill his mother, kill Leia, and he stops himself.
Yeah.
Mind you, the TIE fighter's right next to him, then shoot at it.
Yeah.
Which, horrifying moment, because we thought this would be how Carrie Fisher exits from the franchise.
Oh God, I remember holding your hand, and I'm just like, I can't watch this part. I can't.
But then, of course, bathed in starlight, drowned by her own bra, Princess Leia zooms back over using the Force back to the ship. Mind you, she's in a frickin' coma because she was out in space for a few minutes.
Yeah.
But hot damn, why wouldn't she train in the Jedi? General Leia Organa, she could breathe in space.
Honestly, I would have loved to see a lightsaber in her hands at least once in this franchise, but didn't. But still, it's just it was like everyone was all kind of sad because we lost Carrie Fisher, and we thought they're probably gonna kill her off in this movie. We thought they killed her off in this movie, but they didn't. She lives throughout the whole movie. Yep. Of all of probably like 4 or 5 close calls, lived through the whole movie, and I was like, I'm glad, because it's bad enough she's gone in real life. I want her to live on in fiction.
Yeah.
And I said, I just don't, like I told you months before, back when she passed away, I was like, I hope they don't kill her off in the movies, because I don't think I could lose her twice.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I was just so happy at the end of the movie, and she's still alive. I was in tears when I thought she was dead. I was like, oh God, I'm crying during the movie. Fuck.
But no, she survives. She's in a coma for a small chunk of the movie. Then she comes out again when Poe Dameron does his little mutiny to try to stop the transport ships from leaving the ship. And Poe's like, General, you're alive! Bam! shoots him with a sonic blaster.
She not only shoots Poe, but she also slaps Poe. You know what? Poe deserves all of those, so it's okay. Oh, Mama ain't playing around.
Mm-hmm.
But
it is a bit of a pity that 3PO and R2-D2 have taken such a backstage
Well,
they have good scenes in this, but I am kind of sad that they don't play as big a part.
Well, we got our new round little buddy who's...
I know.
Okay.
BB-8's awesome.
BB-8 not only helped the DJ Codebreaker guy.
Yep.
Had a bunch of money in him for because someone thought he was a slot machine while they were drunk. Took over like some blasters on like what was it? Was it AT-AT?
AT-ST, the chicken walker.
Yes. Took over a chicken walker and freaking like saved Rose and Finn. Helped make sure the missile system worked by jamming his head in it.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, BB-8's like the real hero.
BB-8 is awesome, and I was so worried that BB-8 was going to somehow be like annoying when we first premiered on Force Awakens. Thank God he's just been awesome. I got to put BB-8 behind us when I do the Steam Wars Holiday Special.
Oh, BB-8 is wonderful.
We got our little Target remote control BB-8.
Yes,
and now BB-9E. Is the Imperial one we see on Snoke's ship.
Yeah, I thought that would get more screen time because it got it got merchandising and it was in like some short commercial or something.
Yeah, but in this case, it just kind of it is the one that identifies clearly that something's up, especially because their grand plan to hide BB-8 is to put a trash can over him. I don't know why they didn't just say stay with the ship or something like that.
Because BB-8's very useful and is a badass.
Fair enough, I'm just saying.
I mean, Poe's buddy is a badass little droid.
But yeah, BB-9E is the one who spots them and realizes, hey, wait a second.
But yeah, what else? But yeah, going back to the Rey and Kylo. If you ship Kylo Ren and Rey, you're gonna have a great time in the middle of the movie because the movie seemed like it was gonna make that ship happen. I mean, I do not like that ship whatsoever. I put 2 middle fingers to that ship any day of the week, but the way the movie was going, I thought it was gonna happen, and I'm like, I don't approve of this.
Yeah, going back to what I was saying, because I kind of got sidetracked with the Carrie Fisher stuff.
Yeah.
Rey senses the conflict that Kylo has. That clearly he has conflicted feelings about everything he's done. Especially with Snoke yelling at him to take that helmet off because he's trying too hard to be like Darth Vader. He's a wannabe, and he knows he's a wannabe.
Quit being a cosplaying weeaboo, Kylo.
And like berates him for his BS over this whole crap. But I killed Han Solo. I can still feel how bad you feel about that dumbass. But so Rey in her head, we can save Kylo. We can redeem him as a result of this.
And then she feels like some sadness for him because that's how, she finds out his origin story. Pretty much, of being like almost killed by Luke.
Yep.
But yeah.
But that's the thing. As Luke discusses, Kid was a bad seed already. He just was bad, and you can't always save everybody. Rey has it in her head that it's just like Darth Vader, that there was still good in Kylo Ren, and there was still good in Darth Vader, so maybe she can turn him and redeem Kylo. And therein lies part of the theme of this. You have to get rid of the old assumptions, the old ways of doing things, because it's just not the case. It's not always the case. And if you follow these old ideas, then it's just going to lead a path of destruction.
It's kind of amazing how both Resistance side and Kylo and later Luke all kind of start embodying this idea at different parts of the movie. But yeah, every single scene that was kind of playing up the Kylo and Rey connection just seemed at its best. No, it's all worse. It seemed like a romantic comedy sometimes. It seemed like two rivals. It seemed like, holy shit, they're having a romantic moment. Hell no.
I bet that Kylo Ren has an 8-pack. He's ripped.
Oh yeah.
Like one of the times when they have their little psychic communication, Kylo doesn't have a shirt on.
And she's like, can you put on a towel?
He just like stands there.
And I'm just like, Cause he looks like this just skinny little nerd guy, like the skinny little nerdy edgelord, but now he's a packed, muscular, stupid edgelord. And he's still a nerdy little muscular edgelord now. But yeah.
Rey falls into. So here's the big reveal about Rey's parentage. It's what everyone's been waiting for. The thing we want to know. They were just a couple of assholes who sold her into slavery and probably are in an unmarked grave in the middle of a junkyard.
Yep.
Good.
And I'm glad, because people are like, is she related to any Jedi? Is she related to Luke? Or
no.
Stuff?
And that's Kylo's point when he kind of breaks her down. You're nothing. You came from nothing.
And then he's like, but you're something to me. And I'm like, God damn it, no, not the shippers, they're back.
And it's fascinating because, like you say, all the characters kind of embody this, are in some ways embodying this idea of we can't we can't assume that, we have to discard what we know and what we think about the past. We don't need legends. We don't need, we don't need people playing hero. We just need to fight. We need to do things. What was it that Rose said? We win this fight by...
Oh, go ahead.
We win this fight by saving the people we love, not by being a hero. Not by sacrificing ourselves, not by being a hero.
Not by losing people.
Not by losing people, there you go.
But, yeah, it's... Kylo actually was let's throw everything away. Resistance, First Order, let's start something new.
The problem is Kylo is still embodying old ways. He wants to rule. He wants to use the dark side. He wants to be He still wants to be Darth Vader.
And he wants to, I guess, bang Rey because she's hot.
And even Snoke recognizes that you have to discard the old ways, because if this was the Emperor was always trying to turn Luke and make Luke his new apprentice. But Snoke, no, he's gonna kill. He laughs about Rey's spunk and everything like that, and how gung ho she is. But the truth is, he keeps saying, "I'm gonna frickin' kill you, or I'm gonna let Kylo kill you. You're dead."
Yes, it's just that loyalty is better than just raw talent. Rey has the raw talent, but she doesn't have loyalty, and she'll never will.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just that scene where he was describing how, it's going to play out. And it does play out exactly how he describes. And
I'm sure that's how he tricks Snoke.
Yep. Just to Snoke instead.
Has the lightsaber right next to him. Luke's old lightsaber. It's Kylo Ren will activate his lightsaber and strike down his true enemy. And of course, we slowly see, he's holding up his lightsaber in one hand, kind of puts his other hand to the side, and we see him slightly twitching his fingers to make the lightsaber turn towards Snoke, and whoop!
Right in half.
Sliced him in half, and you can just tell the expression on Snoke's face, just I didn't call that one.
Yeah, Kylo did say that he sees both of them together on something.
Yeah, because Rey and Kylo have their kind of psychic touch during their last meeting with each other. They both see a vision of the future. Rey sees Kylo betraying Snoke and joining with her. Kylo sees Rey joining up with him on his side.
And they're both right, because they both after killing Snoke, they both team up and
fight off the Imperial Guards.
Which I think is I think are all women. I mean, them legs, that ass.
I was not paying attention to those, so I'll have to take your word for it.
No, okay.
I love how they have different vibro weapons. One or two of them have vibro whips. Some have spikes and swords. It's really cool.
But think about it. Snoke is sitting in his giant fancy chair all day in his bathrobe, surrounded by possibly, I think, are a bunch of women in red.
Sitting there with his gold robe.
He's Space Hugh Hefner. Think about it.
I love how we see just how powerful Snoke really is. When he first contacts General Hux, asking for a progress report, even despite the fact that he's just a giant hologram. His power with the Force is so great that he's able to shove Hux around from across the galaxy. And he's able to do this bridging, to bridge Kylo and Rey's minds from however distance away. This guy truly is a master of the Force, because as you have to realize, as Yoda himself said, size matters not. Locations matters not. He clearly has a mastery of the Force, and it's kind of sad that he's dead, if only because I'm kind of curious who the hell this guy is, where the hell he came from, where he's been during all this time.
Yep.
But you know what? In the end, he's really a MacGuffin to get us to the true villain of the of the trilogy, which is Kylo Ren. So, if we don't really learn anything about Snoke, that's fine. But I am kind of curious about that.
And speaking of just Jedi Masters, Yoda.
Yep, Ghost Yoda does appear near the end.
And I think they used practical effects. I don't think that was all CG.
I am pretty sure that was a puppet.
It was a puppet.
It looked very similar. It looked and moved very similar to how Yoda moved in Return of the Jedi.
I think some Porgs, not all Porgs were puppets. I think Yoda was definitely a puppet. Yes, because I love puppet Yoda so much.
Because Rey has just left on the Millennium Falcon with Chewie to go and join Kylo Ren. And Luke is just like, screw this noise, and he's gonna because his whole deal is the Jedi ultimately are bad. It doesn't work. So I came here to die and let the Jedi die off. So after Rey leaves, he's just like all pissed, and he's gonna burn all the Jedi books and the Jedi Tree of Life or whatever the hell that thing is.
And then he hesitates.
It's especially when he sees Yoda, and then Yoda just like smiles, laughs, and summons a freaking lightning storm to burn the tree for him.
And he's like, "But the sacred texts, did you even read them?"
Real page turners they are.
And he's like, he didn't even read them.
No, I'm pretty sure he read them. But as he says, there's nothing in there that actually would be useful to Rey. That Rey doesn't know already about this stuff. And that's the thing. You have to sweep away the old ways of thinking, the old ways of doing things. And he berates Luke. You're still the same way you were back when I met you. Always looking to the horizon. Not focusing on what's in front of you, what you're doing.
But yeah, it was so good to see Yoda again. I wasn't expecting that at all.
I was not expecting that either. I was half hoping that we would have like a ghost Obi-Wan. Maybe again, maybe get Ewan McGregor back again.
Yes, but
Ghost Yoda, especially since we still have Frank Oz to use him.
Yes, and I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. Just, I loved it.
We talk about the theme of balance a lot in the movie, especially with kind of opposites of what's going on with the light side and the dark side. If we think about Luke and Snoke as being uber powerful in their own rights, the Jedi and the Sith one, and then Rey and Kylo Ren are the other opposites. And that is the thing, and it really brings to mind this balance and makes one wonder, how are they going to restore balance, especially in this regard? Because if we kill off Kylo, we're just going to have an overwhelming amount of, light side of the Force, which is still not good. Depending, because they do seem to be going on that balance thing. And Luke is definitely the equal of Snoke because of what Luke does in the end.
Oh god. Luke shows up to the last battle. Like everyone's stuck
in this old rebel base.
Everyone's stuck in the rebel base. There's very few of them in number. They have to do freaking trench warfare. The freaking First Order coming with a mini Death Star cannon.
They basically say it's based on, it's miniaturized Death Star technology is what they say. Which is basically just a big laser battering ram.
Yes. And Luke just shows up, lightsaber, near the end, while everyone gets a chance to escape because of all the glaceons.
Alolan Vulpix. No, this planet actually, the trailers gave the impression this would be another ice planet, but in fact, it's actually more like a desert planet. It's just covered in sand, very glittery sand and salt and crystals.
Yeah, and then you have these crystal wolves, crystal critters, someone calls them in the movie.
And Luke goes out to distract the First Order. Kylo is just like, aim every single laser we have and destroy him. And they all do. And he's just standing there. And Luke's just like...
Everyone cheered at that. The whole theater was like, oh!
And so Kylo has to go out and confront him. And of course, Luke's not even fighting him. He's just dodging every single maneuver he does. And then, at the end, we get the reveal of why that is, why he's not actually fighting him.
Because he tries to kill him, and it's like a blow. And I'm just like... And then...
He's not there.
He's not dead. And then he's like, tries again, and it's just right through him.
Just goes right through him, and then it's real, and then it's because Luke is projecting across the universe. And we can see this is like a terrible mental strain on him doing this, but he is the equivalent of Snoke in terms of power, because he's able to do that.
I love the symbology of him, like, he's done, and he just kind of falls over, because it is such a strain. He gets back up in the rock, and the sun is setting.
Yeah, parallel how he saw, from A New Hope.
Yep, he's seeing the sunset, and you know that he's about to die, because the sun is setting on his life.
And he becomes one with the Force. He fades out, and his robes fall down.
Yep. And, Leia and Rey feels it right away.
Yeah.
Maybe even Kylo, for all we know.
Possibly, yeah.
Like, they feel it right away. They know he's gone. But not, like, gone like Han is gone.
Let me just say one thing. The frickin' lightsaber battles in this are fan-frickin-tastic.
Yes.
I think one of the things that always bugs me about as a defense, one of the defense of the prequels that people like to give, and again, you're free to like it if you do. The thing they always like to say is, oh, the lightsaber battles in the prequel trilogies are so much better, so much interesting. Honestly, I hate them. I hate them so much because they're so choreographed and just flashing all over the place, and they're not shot well. They're not shot like a proper battle that feels like it has the same kind of emotional weight and depth to it. The closest you get is Anakin and Obi-Wan in Revenge of the Sith, and even then, it gets boring because it lasts so long, and
it gets too... It just kind of loses the fundamentals of what makes a good, lightsaber battle.
It's just
battle in general. And
it becomes so over the top at some points. They're flying around the lava flows and doing their jumping, and I have the high ground and everything, on and on. Not helped by the fact that they both have the same color lightsaber. And I know, it makes sense that they would have the same color lightsaber, but it makes it harder to tell what's going on, especially when everything's strobing and they're hitting everything. It's not shot well, it's not done very well. But the lightsaber battles in both Force Awakens and now Last Jedi are really damn good. They're shot really well. We get to see some interesting lightsaber combat. Rey especially, she's shifting around, so instead of... She reminds me somewhat of some EU characters, especially Old Republic style, because she holds the lightsaber in the hold the blade right here, but then like the saber part goes across the back of the arm kind of a thing.
Yeah, which I'm always like... That looks so dangerous, because I'm just like, you're going to burn yourself.
But it looks so good, and she does some interesting stuff. You like drop, do the classic samurai, drop the sword, grab it with the other hand, and then slice up. She passes it over to Kylo during the fight with the Imperial Guards, and he just like catches it, activates it, hole through head.
That was amazing. Them fighting together as a team. That was amazing.
It would look great.
That was amazing, and I'm just like, God damn it, the shippers are loving this.
These lightsaber battles in both movies, they feel so good. I am so happy with how they go. And of course, we got going back to Finn. We have a proper confrontation with Phasma. Phasma is not in very much of this, which is a bit of a disappointment because I do like Phasma.
Me too.
In concept.
I was hoping to see a bit more Phasma, but we only seen her like a little bit,
and yet it feels like there's so much between her and Finn, despite the fact that they haven't had a lot of scenes.
Yeah, and like she does die.
We think she dies, but then again,
she fell into explosion in space.
Yeah, and the last movie she was trapped in a garbage chute on a planet that exploded. she survived that. She's the frickin' Boba Fett of these movies.
That would
we might very well see her, especially because it feels like there's unresolved things as a result of not knowing a lot of it. But like I said, there feels like there's real weight behind the fight that she and Finn have. He picks up a vibro blade to fight her and her stick, and at one point, he manages to really hit her across the face and expose part of her face with the helmet.
Yeah, I'm like, oh.
And we also learned that her chrome armor is blaster resistant because Rose shoots her and just like pew, and which begs the question: why don't we design all the armor like this?
I know, right?
Is it like freaking vibranium armor, and there's only enough to go for her?
So
yeah, it looks like she falls into the fight, and she's like, "You're still scum, rebel scum," and kicks her into the fire or whatever. I'm not sure how she falls, but yeah. I don't remember. We're probably gonna go see this movie again at some point.
So Finn and Rose.
Yeah, Rose, save the people we love and gives Finn a kiss before she seemingly dies. It looks like she's actually going to be okay in the same position that Finn was in at the end of Force Awakens, probably in a coma. They probably have limited medical resources.
Yeah, so
everyone's on board the Falcon at the end.
Love triangle?
I was wondering about that. I hope they don't go that route.
Yeah, I doubt they're not going to. But,
Rey is not attracted to Finn. Not in that way. They're friends.
Yep.
Finn probably is in love with Rey, but I'm hoping that they push more of the Finn-Rose romance or the Finn-Poe romance. Oh, you always go for Finn-Poe.
Oh God, I can imagine Finn and Rose gets married, but he doesn't have a last name, so she's just like, take my last name. Yeah. And he's like, gladly, and just like.
I dig it. I ship it.
Yes, I think I ship it too, and the thing is, I still like Finn-Poe as my main ship from Star Wars. And Reylo is...
Yeah, no. No. No.
Kylo gets shit with no one but despair and his granddad's helmet.
I think you know who I think is going to actually end up killing Kylo?
Who?
Hux.
Hux! Oh God, we didn't even talk about how many times that Hux just gets slapped.
Hux gets knocked around. And
God, by everyone.
Knock around that Nazi piece of crap.
Oh God, Hux is like every douchey guy in high school that you just want to punch, and it's like just seeing it just makes you feel like, oh, you're helping punch them.
I do like when he comes across when he goes to Snoke's chamber to figure out what the hell happened. He sees an unconscious Kylo, and he actually starts pulling out a weapon as if to make sure he's dead. Double tap. But then Kylo gets up, and he's just like,
Yeah, because he definitely wants to kill Kylo.
He never got along with Kylo, especially if you watch that again in Force Awakens, just how much they clearly hate each other.
Yeah, and now that Kylo is in charge.
Kylo is now the Supreme Leader.
He's like, we don't have a Supreme Leader. It's done, and then he just chokes.
The Supreme Leader is dead. All hail the Supreme Leader. Long live the Supreme Leader.
Yep. So yeah, now Kylo's Supreme Leader of the First Order. He's gonna burn it to the ground.
Oh Lord, yes.
Kid can't lead.
Frickin' temper tantrum Kylo. He's gonna bring everything down, and that's why I think Hux is gonna be the one who kills him, and then Hux will be the final villain. He probably gets killed on a spaceship or something like that. But I think he's gonna try, or at the very least, he's gonna try to backstab backstab Kylo in the third movie, and he's gonna go flying, probably get impaled on something.
Yeah, that'd be satisfying to watch too. Anything else about this movie?
I don't think there's much else to say. Go see it. It's incredible.
It's
there. People were talking online that there was something that this movie did that no other Star Wars movie had done before, and I'm not sure what people are referring to.
It could be referring to actually a lot of things in this movie.
Yeah, it's a very good movie. It's incredible. It's a great Star Wars movie. If you liked Force Awakens, you'll definitely like this one. And if you didn't like The Force Awakens, people there, I roll my eyes at about Rey being a Mary Sue, but if you for some reason were disappointed by the character work in Force Awakens, there's great character work in this one.
Oh man, we just needed this movie.
Yeah, this was good. It's one of their prevailing theme throughout it is hope in the face of what seems to be certain doom.
And recently, you've guys been looking at news and today's news and just I'm sure tomorrow's news or whatever news is going on the day you watch this video. And it's just we've been fighting all year. Fighting powers like the First Order all year.
Yep.
And just today I was saying I'm sad. I'm just tired. And
tired of fighting every day.
And I think Star Wars, watching it, will rejuvenate us, so we can keep fighting. Fighting to make sure, we don't have a real First Order, and, the Resistance will prevail. Because unlike movies, good guys don't always win, but let's at least try.
The ending. Let's talk the ending. The very ending.
The very ending.
We cut back to Planet of the Kangaroo Horses, where we meet the little kid slaves who are talking about the legend of Luke Skywalker.
Yes, and they have little toys and stuff.
Yeah, they've made little toys. No, obviously not like Kenner action figures, like stick figure kind of a things.
Yep.
Guy, their master or whatever chases them off for doing that. Kid goes out, looks at the stars, and I wasn't sure about this. I looked on Wikipedia. It looks like it confirms that he uses the Force to pull a broom to him.
I noticed. I was like, wait. That kid didn't he didn't reach for the broom. The broom just floated to him. And I'm like, that kid's the future.
Yep.
And he looked up at the stars, he saw a shooting star, and it closes down on his hand with the Resistance symbol on the ring that probably got from
Rose, because Rose revealed her secret decoder ring with the Resistance symbol on, with the Rebellion symbol on it. Because they mentioned earlier on in the movie that symbol has become a symbol of hope that people know throughout the entire, throughout all the systems.
So yeah, that was our last little hope in the movie, and that was a good ending.
Yep.
That was perfect. It was the perfect period on this entire script.
Behold, A New Hope.
Yes, A New Hope 2. More hopeful.
You could theoretically use the title A New Hope for this movie.
A new hope. Better, bigger, hopier.
Alright, okay, what trailers did we get?
Infinity War.
We got Infinity War. Be nice to see on the big screen.
Pacific Rim 2.
Pacific Rim 2.
Oh.
Let's see. A Wrinkle in Time.
Wrinkle in Time. I can't wait. I'm going to support the hell out of that movie. I'm looking forward to it.
Let's see. Incredibles 2 teaser.
Yeah, just a teaser. Just give us a trailer already.
I feel like there was another one. I'm probably going to remember it hours later.
It wasn't the coolest one.
Yeah.
Something.
There was another urban fantasy sci-fi thing, but I cannot for the life of me think of what the hell it was.
Yeah, I can't remember. I think it was just what we mentioned. Pacific Rim 2, Infinity War, Wrinkle in Time, and yeah, I think that's it.
Yep.
But yeah, seeing Star Wars is great. Go see it.
Go see Last Jedi. Great movie. Anything else?
It rejuvenated me. I hope it rejuvenated you. Let's keep being rebel scum.
May the Porg be with you.